What's going on, everybody? It's Rob with Shacknews.com, and I'm with the man, the myth, the legend, all the way up here himself, VG Bootcamp's very own Aposl. Aposl, how you feeling, man?
Feeling great.
Yeah, man. So, Glitch Infinite, I mean, it's wrapping up, but we pulled up Friday. The action started, technically, was it Friday night-ish? You know, you guys were running the grind, the pre-weekly. Here we are, day 3. What are your thoughts on the event so far?
I think it's one of our smoothest run events. I mean, we've been doing this for so long, we got it down to like a science. So, pretty great so far. I think everyone has come, has mentioned how they liked everything they saw, all the decorations, and that's, pretty much what you want to hear when you put something like this together.
No doubt about that. So, I know we talked about it before, and I kind of touched on it with Tong, but I'll bring it up to you since this is your creative brainchild. How important is it that fighting games have a home in Smash Tournaments? We have had homes at Evo, CEO, Combo Breaker, all those wonderful events, DreamHack, and we've in the past run smaller Street Fighter brackets, smaller Dragon Ball Fighters brackets, but this feels more like a celebration of the genre itself. So how important is it to do that here?
I think it's very important for Smash tournaments in the long run to start adopting the same policy the FGC tournaments have with Smash, where they have them at the event as well. I think both communities get along famously. Almost everyone who knows anyone in the Smash community knows those same people in the FGC, like the top players, casters, all that. We all get along. We all love being at each other's events.
100%.
I also think that like a problem a lot of tournament organizers struggle with is the cost of putting on an event. So including the FGC does have a logistical barrier to get past, where you have to get enough of those members of those communities to come in.
That's right.
To make it worth it, and then also in the long run make the event bigger, better, help the longevity of the event existing. So I think it's worth the investment, but in the long run, it's the smart thing for both communities to do. And the FGC has definitely already put their best foot forward when it comes to inviting us to be a part of their paper.
That's right. Now, where does the theme for these types of events even come from? I mean, there is the Minus World, there's a Konami code. I mean, what do you do at night? Are you just in bed, staring at the ceiling, just throwing darts at the wall? I mean, what are you doing? Where do these ideas come from?
So basically, the first 6 glitches, I think 6 or 7 glitches, they were just called Glitch. The theme was just a glitchy logo. I really wanted to figure out a way to transform that into a cooler type of brand, and I just had the thought one day, which probably should have had way earlier, which was if I take the idea of a glitch from a series of game where those characters are represented in Smash, you can make that the theme by combining a glitch and those characters, and that's what people in the Smash community like. They love events where it's everyone who mains these characters should come out of this one, or et cetera, et cetera. So I just started with Minus World, which is a glitch for Mario, and we did next we did Missing O for Pokemon. So I usually that's conceptually where that comes from, and then I start with 2 starting points. One is what is the dream scenario, and then the other one's what logistically we can work with and what we have. And then I try to combine those, and I take with what's possible with what I wanted to do, and I try to get it as close to being the same vision as possible. And then, we get as much as we can.
Well, let me ask you this. I mean, this is already a phenomenal experience. I mean, literally from start to finish. But, you talked about the dream. I mean, if you had it your way, what would this look like? I mean, because you built the sanity, man. So, I mean, you're already building stuff and bringing it out of nowhere into reality. So what would this look like if you could actually make it what your vision was?
If I could, limitless this, I would probably have the walls would be not only decorated, but they would be built in a 3D fashion to represent the stage. I would probably have a lot more 3D printed Mega Man characters, so you could feel you're more in the world. I would probably have cosplayers for all the games.
You got me. I'm cosplaying, man. I got your merch.
Yeah, but I mean on the clock,
I don't know. Okay.
Like you said, Disney World, or whatever you said. Yeah, let's just take it to the extreme. Let's do it.
Hey, this does feel like a theme park. I mean, I know we talked about it a little bit before we jumped in this interview, but VG Land is coming soon, I hope, man. I can bring the women, the wife, and the kids out here or something.
About it.
Yeah, most definitely. So, really quick, let me ask you about the different rooms. I mean, obviously we have the Mega Man 2 here, but in the other room too that we don't really quite have footage of, there's the training mode room, and then there's the main area, and then there's the speed running room. I mean, how did you decide which was going to go in what area?
So I started off with Mishima Dojo in my head first and foremost because Kazuya was like really hype when I started. Like he had just dropped like for about 2 months when I started putting together ideas of what I wanted to do for this event in my head. We always knew we were going to do an MGC one. We were just waiting for the second fighter pass. We just had an inkling there would be another fighting game character, so we were like, let's just wait and see, and then we'll do this one. So obviously, Glitch Infinite, based on the idea of infinite combos from fighting games. So that's the glitch we're referencing.
Those are my favorite combos.
Yeah, so we could cover all the fighting games in one theme. Like, even though like maybe from an FGC player's point of view it doesn't make sense. From Smasher's point of view, obviously doing a fighting game event makes a lot more sense. And then I was able to squeeze in like Mega Man, kind of cheesing it in on the theme because of like him being in Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and a Capcom character, legacy fighting game brand.
That's right. Dude, I think I got a real big kick out of that because I wasn't really hip to Mega Man, and then I see what you were doing here, and I was like, I need to do a little bit more research on this character. And he actually has just as much fighting game lore as he does like in his own actual series. Yeah. Super duper dope, man. So really quick, I know that you probably can't say too much, but for those wondering at home, do you have like a small little idea of what the next glitch is kind of going to be ish, somewhere in there what you're leaning towards? I mean, I don't want to ruin the surprise because this type of stuff ain't made overnight.
Right. I'll say this: we haven't 100% decided, so I'm not locking myself into anything. But we probably are leaning towards a JRPG type theme. Maybe even as far as to say maybe more Square Enix focused.
Is that right? Is that right?
Right.
So it sounds like I'm gonna be doing some real heavy cosplay because I forgot my Akuma beads for this. I literally got in the car and Max and I are driving, and I look at Max. I said, I forgot my Akuma beads. We just were like, dude, how did you fumble this thing? You wear them all the damn time, and then the one time you need to bring them, you forgot them. That's why I was like, I'm hell bent. I gotta buy the jacket now. I gotta make it up to the box.
Coach jacket.
Like it, yeah, man. Team pride.
It's like a windbreaker, but it's got a little insulation in it.
Yeah, see, I put the turtleneck underneath. I'm trying to put a little pizzazz on it. I'm trying to help you out, but
I appreciate it.
Yeah, all jokes aside, though, I love the work that you guys do, and of course, I love the work that you guys do. I mean, we've been working together for like the last 6 or 7 years, and it's just the sky's the limit. What's the time going these days?
I don't know.
I know, right? Let's bring it back one glitch at a time, friends. With that in mind, this concludes another Shacknews exclusive interview. It's myself, it's legendary BG on camp's very own Aposl, and we are out.